This is brand new. And to me, one of the greatest things I've seen in our preparedness shows, it's called the Wireless LED Motion Sensor Jumbo Security Light. This is brand new, yet it has already got a bunch of 5-star reviews on hsn.com. In fact, all 5-star reviews, believe it or not, right out of the gate. So this is gonna give you peace of mind. Installing it is simple. It's a totally wireless device. All you do is affix it wherever you need it to go. It's self-powered with its battery built in, right? And you just grab those batteries, pop them in, you're good to go. Automatically triggers light wherever you need to put it. So if you want to put it outside in the garage area, in the backyard, on the back porch, you're going to have that light, and you can install this yourself in about 10 minutes. Super powered, super energy efficient. In fact, it uses LED bulbs, so you never have to replace those. Those last virtually forever. Anywhere you need light, or I should say, or security, you have it. They automatically shut off after 20 seconds, so they save the battery power. Here's the features. Automatically turns on when motion is detected within 30 feet. So I don't care if it's a dog or a person or whatever it is, a car, something passes in front of that super sensitive beam, it's gonna turn on. After 20 seconds, it turns itself off because it wants to save those batteries. It is a weatherproof design, so you can put it indoors or outdoors, doesn't matter. The installation is ridiculous. Basically, you're screwing it to a wall. That's what you need to do, which is simple. You're getting a huge 500 lumens of light. My friend Matt Davis, who's here right now, will explain what that means. But I will tell you, for the visit only, we took $10 off the price. I got a couple of thousand. I know I'm buying one. Shannon said she's buying one. Because let me tell you something. I had an old hardwired version, Matt.
Yep.
And you had to get an electrician out there to put that thing up. And if the lights blew, you got to get on a ladder. You got to deal with all that. Look, there's the wires. None of that.
It's a fun weekend.
Yeah, exactly right.
Not so much.
And if something breaks, there's nothing you can do about it. This, you just got to change the batteries once a year.
Absolutely. That's why Mr. Beams has been such a huge success here at HSN. The leaders in motion-activated lighting that are networked lights, by the way. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I want you to see how beautiful this Mr. Beams is. Motion-activated, and by the way, daytime sensor, so they're not going to go off during the day, not going to waste any battery power. Mr. Beams Netbright, and what that means is when these lights sense motion, boom, both lights go on at once. 500 lumens, which is a hugely bright light, and we're gonna show you more of that in a moment. But what's great about Mr. Beams is not only is it wireless, easy to install anywhere around the house, but when one Mr. Beams goes off, all the Mr. Beams go off. So if you've bought the Mr. Beams in the past, you bought the 2-pack that we've had as a today's special and we sold out, the Mr. Beams talks to each other. So this is a great addition. This will work with all of your Mr. Beams Netbright lights. So when you pull up in the driveway, Guy, the light goes off automatically, but it sends a radio signal to all the other lights around the house. Boom, and they all go on. So there's nobody sneaking up on you in the middle of the night. Nobody checking out, what is that HSN package on your front, by your front door?
Exactly.
All these lights talk to each other wirelessly.
And by the way, you can articulate these lights. You can turn them up or down, sideways, wherever you need. And I love that as well. Hey, listen, we're getting busy already, and I knew we would. This is only 20 bucks to get it home. You can install this anywhere. So think about it, in the backyard, maybe where the kids are playing. You want them to have some light while they're out there. Maybe you have it just in your front, right in your front doorway where somebody comes in. So now when you come in, you can see when you put your key in the lock, right? How great is that? Maybe by the garage, right above the garage. You drive in, you've got light when you get in there. There's nothing more safe or secure or more comforting than having light when you get somewhere, right? Whether it's in the side yard. Maybe everybody has a part of their house where maybe it's a little creepy back there, right?
That's right.
Maybe it's behind the house where you have the garbage cans, right?
Right.
Maybe you got a skunk out there, or you got a raccoon or something, and you want to be able to spook them away. You know, they see lights come on. Trust me, most animals will trigger their flight or fight or flight response.
That's right.
They're going to take off. But being able to manipulate all that is very, very simple. All you need to do with this is affix this part. There's a bracket on here, right? And this bracket attaches.
Yeah, I could show you that.
Yeah, you show everybody.
It's so easy. It's so easy to do. And we'll show you the bracket that comes on here. All you're going to do is we're going to give you all the mounting hardware. There's 3 screws.
And that's all you need to install.
That's it.
This just
3 screws,
on.
and then this just slides on. That's how easy it is. So you can slide this on, slide this off. Now, when you first get this home, here's exactly, I always want to be real clear. Here's your out-of-the-box experience. All you're going to do is you're going to unscrew. There's 4 big screws here, and all you do is you take these off, okay? Now, here's what you're going to see inside. You're going to get 4 D-cell batteries, and you just pop them in. Very, very simple. Then you see there's a little dip switch here, okay? And what that is it sets which channel you want your lights to be on. So if you have Mr. Beams from the past, you're familiar with this. Very, very simple to do. You can do it in 4 different positions, so there's 4 different channels. All you do is you set the channel, you put your 4 batteries in, you put those 4 screws on there, and now you're ready to go. Now your Mr. Beams is ready to give you 500 lumens, which is a huge amount of light. And what's great about this design is it gives you light in 2 different directions.
Love that part,
so
right.
You can put this on the corner of the house, and you can illuminate one side of the house and the other side of the house. So you can knock out 2 sides of the house with 1 Mr. Beams. And again, when one Mr. Beams goes off, they all go off. They talk to each other, Guy. They're unlike any other lights on the market because the Netbright is the solution. They said, why do we need to be outside? We don't need electricians to be outside digging holes in the yard and wiring things. We're gonna show you in just a second here. We're gonna drop the lights, and I want you to see, we've got a Mr. Beams set up on our little house prop here. Now, Mr. Beams is on right now. Look at this, I'm gonna walk over to it. Now, this is outside the door, okay? So I'm right here. If I open this door, if I was a good guy coming outside, and this is exactly how I have my Mr. Beams mounted at my house, is when you walk outside, boom, the light comes on automatically. So you can see what's going on out here. If somebody approaches your front door, you're gonna know it automatically. Plus, I've got the second Mr. Beams shining back here. Now, I don't know if you could see this or not, but look, I'm on the side of the house now. Look at this, I'm on the side of the house and the light is shining back here as well. So I'm getting 2 different planes, the front of the house and the back of the house.
Yep.
And it's a super, super bright light, motion activated, battery powered, no installation, virtually no installation.
What I wanted to remind everybody too is that as you're looking at Matt, I want you to understand Matt is about 10 times brighter than you are seeing on your TV screen because
it's hard to tell on TV.
Cameras and things like that naturally filter out light. It's one of the things that they do. So when you look at it, that's why also when you're looking at the light appears to be a little bit blue. It's not. It is a pure white light, like a regular outdoor light would be. It's just a trick, a little bit of the tricks that the camera plays on it. But here's what I will tell you, okay? I would not buy this light if it wasn't bright enough. Not even close. It's plenty bright. It is as bright as any other spotlight you're gonna have out there without having to install it. You can use it in the snow, in the rain, in the sleet, whatever. And we were just talking about cold weather. It's gonna be fine out there. No wires are gonna be damaged because it doesn't use any wires. It is simply self-contained with batteries inside. That's all it is. You may have to dust the snow off of it once in a while with a broom. That's fine, because that's what you'd have to do with any lights out there. But other than that, there is no maintenance on this. You simply put it outside. You never have to fuss with it once you've set it. Somebody walks in its path, the light will come on.
That's it.
If it's a pet, if it's your kids, if it's a skunk, it doesn't matter. A bad guy who maybe is going through your garbage cans to steal stuff or whatever it is, you don't have to worry. And Matt's showing you here, obviously, if it rains that hard in your house,
I keep watering it, but it doesn't grow.
Right.
But you know, and I like what you say, guy. Look at this. It's totally soaking wet, and it still works fine. And again, this is Netbright technology. This is Mr. Beams. This is top of the line. So I know there's so many of you out there that have bought the Mr. Beams from us here at HSN and are loving them. Customer pick, customer pick, customer pick. And this is the latest and greatest. 500 lumens, okay? The original Mr. Beams is about 250 lumens, so that's one side of this. These are LED bulbs. Never have to change a bulb. Never have to worry about wiring. Never have to be worrying about, honey, did you turn the security lights on? These are 180 degrees, 360 degrees. I don't know, it's a lot of degrees, Guy.
Yeah.
But you can absolutely point these anywhere you like.
It goes 185 up and down and 135 side to side.
You can adjust it and you can point it at your favorite host.
You can articulate it any way that you need. But you know, there's a good reason it does that, because you could have one facing down at your garbage cans.
Yes.
And you could have one facing around the corner as it wraps around the corner. Or again, even if you want to manipulate them, just go while the kids are playing outside so they can see where they're going. If you want to put one in front of your entryway so that you can have it aimed right down at the lock so you can get your keys in there. Or maybe out at your car so you can get your keys in your car. It's ideal for that. Here kind of shows you a little bit better of how that lights up. And it shows you how bright that truly is. That's lighting up the entire front of the garage area, so you feel great. You feel when you get home, you know that somebody is basically keeping an eye on your property. If somebody a bad guy comes in, maybe you're away for the week or the weekend, and somebody comes up to your house, that light coming on, and even though they may think, oh, it's motion light, it's still, you're going to go to a place that's dark before you go to a place that's light if you're a bad guy.
Absolutely. This is security. Lighting is security. Look how super bright this is in our studio. I mean, I don't want to do that in my eyes, but look at how super bright this is. Now watch. I can expand that out. I can move these around. I can light up the entire set just about with one set of these dual-headed Mr. Beams. And again, 500 lumens. When you get these home, you are going to be shocked at how bright this is. Motion-activated, battery-powered. And by the way, one set of batteries lasts for over 1 year with average use. So you're not out there changing batteries all the time. That's why people love Mr. Beams. I love it.
Yeah, and it automatically will shut itself off after about 20 seconds. Matt continues to move around so it stays on.
That's it.
But that will shut itself down in about 20 seconds or so. This is going to work with objects about within 30 feet, which is that's the standard even for the big, highly powered, wired models. This gives you that same great sensitivity. It automatically will shut off. We mentioned that. It's weatherproof, so don't worry about the snow. Don't worry about the rain. It's built to do that. If you want to use it indoors, you can have it inside a garage. So if you get into your garage, there's a light in there without having to turn that on as well. A lot of people keep one inside their garage, so that they know it'll shut off and they don't have to worry about turning the lights off in the garage when they go inside. They automatically do that. 500 lumens of light is truly a very, very bright light. If you buy it today, it's $10 off our price, okay? And I'm not sure, but Kyle, I looked online. There's a bunch of reviews. They're already all perfect.
Yep.
Everybody online was like, oh my gosh, these things are amazing. It was easy to install. And I'm telling you, that's the other best thing. The only thing you need to install with this is this. And you'll see there's 3 areas where you're going to mount this to wherever you need. And then what happens is this essentially just slides on. That's all it is. And so when you need to change the batteries, you don't have to take this whole unit apart.
I wanted to show you that.
You pick it off, you open it up, and those are little big, they're actually really big screws. You can actually use your nails to open them up if you want. And then you just replace the batteries. That'll show you.
I wanted you guys to see it. Here it is installed during the daytime, and I wanted you to see. Now, this one's still on because, again, we just dropped the lights. But when it comes time for you to put in new batteries, which, again, it'll be 2018 when you need to change the batteries, there's a little button. All I do is press that button. It slides back, and it comes off. Look at that. That's how and watch. Here's the installation process. I like this.
That's awesome.
Boom. That's it. I'm going to do that again. Watch. That's taking the Mr. Beams down, and that's putting Mr. Beams up. That's how simple it is. You can place this on the front of the house, on the side of the house. You can place it here. I wanted to also give you an idea. Think about if you have a fence all the way around the backyard. You're not going to dig holes and dig trenches and have an electrician come out and run wires. You could actually place this and mount it on a fence post. No problem whatsoever. Mr. Beams goes anywhere. If you have a dock or you have a deck or you have a fence in the backyard, or even if it's just a tree line and you want to light up the entire backyard, you can do it with Mr. Beams. You let the dog out in the backyard at night and you don't want to have to flip a light on, Mr. Beams will come on automatically. Think about it. If you wanted to mount this, or mount a regular light on a fence post or some sort of fence line or even a tree, you're going to run wires. You're not going to pay for that.
No.
Get Mr. Beams home and try it. You're going to love it because Mr. Beams gives you that motion activated security that you want around the house.
And you don't have to pay any monthly fees or anything like that. It's not a monitored system. It's just a system that monitors itself, which I love about that. So remember, when you buy this, you pop it up. You'll have it up. You can actually put this thing up in like 5-10 minutes.
Easy.
As fast as you can screw 3 screws in. That's right. It says up to 15 minutes. I'm like,
I can do it in 5 minutes. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I think I could do it in 4.5 minutes.
I think you could.
Anyway,
you're taller.
Listen, you're going to love this. It's a great item. And read the reviews. I'm telling you, already. We barely got this in stock. In fact, I only have about 1,500 of these to go around, and people are already absolutely loving it. By the way, we failed to mention black or white.
Right.
Are obviously your
I think
colors.
It's dark brown or white, but same idea.
It kind of looks like that.
Exactly.
But anyway, $19.98 to get it home. Now, Matt's supposed to come back, I think, at 10 tonight,
10
right?
10 o'clock tonight.
All right, my friend. Good job as always.